I wanted to talk to you about today was how impressed I was with Mallett as a company. I'm a pretty particular person, as you're probably going to be able to tell when you look at the inside of the shop, but I couldn't find one thing to complain about. All the crews showed up on time. They did exactly what was expected. They cleaned up after themselves. They finished in time, and I couldn't be more satisfied with the whole process. Mallett Building updated my text messages every so often. Mallett Building would text me the updates on what was going to happen next the whole time, kept me abreast of the latest developments. So I would give Mallett Buildings a 10 out of 10. One of the things that I was the most concerned about when I went to order my building was, is it going to be big enough? What size do I actually need? I ended up purchasing a 40 by 80, and the front 20 feet is the awning that you see. So the enclosed building is 40 by 60. And so come on, I'll show you around and you can see what actually fits in a 40 by 60. So I do different industrial steel projects. You can see I have a lot of big industrial equipment, and I have plenty of room to get around. I even have room to set things on the floor if I have a really large project that doesn't fit on the welding table. And then in this back corner over here is where I have all of the automotive. Wash my truck, put diesel exhaust fluid in. This is also where I keep my bolts and screws in this gray cabinet, and I decided to go with shop air. So I have 3/4 inch air running throughout the whole shop. This is my sharpening station if I need to sharpen a chainsaw or work on any small engines. And then you can see my wood shop is on this side over here. Now you can tell about how much better the metal side looks than the wood side. I'm more of a metal guy than a wood shop guy. Right here, I developed a paint booth because no matter what project I do, I'm gonna end up painting it at some point. And so this is air conditioned. There's double doors in case I have a big project I need to bring in, but I have air ran in here and air conditioning, and this fan vents the fumes outside. You can see I have the 3 lights so I don't get any shadows. This room is 8 foot by 12 foot. And then this room over here is our craft room, mainly for my mom. This room is 12 foot by 14 foot. And it's also air conditioned. And it's still a little bit of a work in progress. I still have to do my dust collection, which you see sitting here, but it's not hooked up yet. And then this will eventually be cabinetry, where we will have a miter station and some drawers to store things. Still a work in progress. I did install a bathroom facility here, mainly for mom again. But we have an in-shop bathroom. I'm a big coffee guy, so we have a kitchen with a coffee maker and refrigerator. And then up here is the sink and also the mechanic area. If I need to turn any wrenches, I can do that from here. So thanks for looking around, guys. I am so happy with my shop, and I really appreciate the opportunity to show it to you. I'm Kevin Linderman, and I wanted to show you guys around my new Mallett Premium building. One of the other things I wanted to talk to you about today was how impressed I was with Mallett as a company. I'm a pretty particular person, as you're probably going to be able to tell when you look at the inside of the shop, but I couldn't find one thing to complain about. All the crews showed up on time. They did exactly what was expected. They cleaned up after themselves. They finished in time, and I couldn't be more satisfied with the whole process. Mallett Building updated my text messages every so often. Mallett Building would text me the updates on what was going to happen next the whole time, kept me abreast of the latest developments. So I would give Mallett Buildings a 10 out of 10. One of the things that I was the most concerned about when I went to order my building was, is it going to be big enough? What size do I actually need? I ended up purchasing a 40 by 80, and the front 20 feet is the awning that you see. So the enclosed building is 40 by 60. And so come on, I'll show you around and you can see what actually fits in a 40 by 60. So I do different industrial steel projects. You can see I have a lot of big industrial equipment, and I have plenty of room to get around. I even have room to set things on the floor if I have a really large project that doesn't fit on the welding table. And then in this back corner over here is where I have all of the automotive. Wash my truck, put diesel exhaust fluid in. This is also where I keep my bolts and screws in this gray cabinet. And I decided to go with shop air. So I have 3/4 inch air running throughout the whole shop. This is my sharpening station if I need to sharpen a chainsaw or work on any small engines. And then you can see my wood shop is on this side over here. Now you can tell about how much better the metal side looks than the wood side. I'm more of a metal guy than a wood shop guy. Right here, I developed a paint booth because no matter what project I do, I'm gonna end up painting it at some point. And so this is air conditioned. There's double doors in case I have a big project I need to bring in, but I have air ran in here and air conditioning, and this fan vents the fumes outside. You can see I have the 3 lights so I don't get any shadows. This room is 8 foot by 12 foot. And then this room over here is our craft room, mainly for my mom. This room is 12 foot by 14 foot. And it's also air conditioned. And it's still a little bit of a work in progress. I still have to do my dust collection, which you see sitting here, but it's not hooked up yet. And then this will eventually be cabinetry, where we will have a miter station and some drawers to store things. Still a work in progress. I did install a bathroom facility here, mainly for mom again. But we have an in-shop bathroom. I'm a big coffee guy, so we have a kitchen with a coffee maker and refrigerator. And then up here is the sink and also the mechanic area. If I need to turn any wrenches, I can do that from here. So thanks for looking around, guys. I am so happy with my shop, and I really appreciate the opportunity to show it to you. I'm Kevin Linderman, and I wanted to show you guys around my new Mallett Premium building. And one of the other things I wanted to talk to you about today was how impressed I was with Mallett as a company. I'm a pretty particular person, as you're probably going to be able to tell when you look at the inside of the shop, but I couldn't find one thing to complain about. All the crews showed up on time. They did exactly what was expected. They cleaned up after themselves. They finished in time, and I couldn't be more satisfied with the whole process. Mallett Building updated my text messages every so often. Mallett Building would text me the updates on what was going to happen next the whole time, kept me abreast of the latest developments. So I would give Mallett Buildings a 10 out of 10. One of the things that I was the most concerned about when I went to order my building was, is it going to be big enough? What size do I actually need? I ended up purchasing a 40 by 80, and the front 20 feet is the awning that you see. So the enclosed building is 40 by 60. And so come on, I'll show you around and you can see what actually fits in a 40 by 60. So I do different industrial steel projects. You can see I have a lot of big industrial equipment, and I have plenty of room to get around. I even have room to set things on the floor if I have a really large project that doesn't fit on the welding table. And then in this back corner over here is where I have all of the automotive. Wash my truck, put diesel exhaust fluid in. This is also where I keep my bolts and screws in this gray cabinet. And I decided to go with shop air. So I have 3/4 inch air running throughout the whole shop. This is my sharpening station if I need to sharpen a chainsaw or work on any small engines. And then you can see my wood shop is on this side over here. Now you can tell about how much better the metal side looks than the wood side. I'm more of a metal guy than a wood shop guy. Right here, I developed a paint booth because no matter what project I do, I'm gonna end up painting it at some point. And so this is air conditioned. There's double doors in case I have a big project I need to bring in, but I have air ran in here and air conditioning, and this fan vents the fumes outside. You can see I have the 3 lights so I don't get any shadows. This room is 8 foot by 12 foot. And then this room over here is our craft room, mainly for my mom. This room is 12 foot by 14 foot. And it's also air conditioned. And it's still a little bit of a work in progress. I still have to do my dust collection, which you see sitting here, but it's not hooked up yet. And then this will eventually be cabinetry, where we will have a miter station and some drawers to store things. Still a work in progress. I did install a bathroom facility here, mainly for mom again. But we have an in-shop bathroom. I'm a big coffee guy, so we have a kitchen with a coffee maker and refrigerator. And then up here is the sink and also the mechanic area. If I need to turn any wrenches, I can do that from here. So thanks for looking around, guys. I am so happy with my shop, and I really appreciate the opportunity to show it to you. I'm Kevin Linderman, and I wanted to show you guys around my new Mallett premium building. And one of the other things I wanted to talk to you about today was how impressed I was with Mallett as a company. I'm a pretty particular person, as you're probably going to be able to tell when you look at the inside of the shop, but I couldn't find one thing to complain about. All the crews showed up on time. They did exactly what was expected. They cleaned up after themselves. They finished in time, and I couldn't be more satisfied with the whole process. Mallett Building updated my text messages every so often. Mallett Building would text me the updates on what was going to happen next the whole time, kept me abreast of the latest developments. So I would give Mallett Buildings a 10 out of 10. One of the things that I was the most concerned about when I went to order my building was, is it going to be big enough? What size do I actually need? I ended up purchasing a 40 by 80, and the front 20 feet is the awning that you see. So the enclosed building is 40 by 60. And so come on, I'll show you around and you can see what actually fits in a 40 by 60. So I do different industrial steel projects. You can see I have a lot of big industrial equipment, and I have plenty of room to get around. I even have room to set things on the floor if I have a really large project that doesn't fit on the welding table. And then in this back corner over here is where I have all of the automotive. Wash my truck, put diesel exhaust fluid in. This is also where I keep my bolts and screws in this gray cabinet, and I decided to go with shop air. So I have 3/4 inch air running throughout the whole shop. This is my sharpening station if I need to sharpen a chainsaw or work on any small engines. And then you can see my wood shop is on this side over here. Now you can
Hello, Lee Mallett from Mallett Buildings. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. We got a pretty good show we're going to do today. We got some great sales we're going to talk about. If you're interested in buying a building, I got some great sales. Now let's get started. We'd like to start out with, always, give us a call at 337-391-5060. We'll get you on the phone. We'll have a conversation. Ask me the question, or you can type in your question on the Facebook screen. Now, I always talk about military personnel, healthcare workers, educators, first responders. In fact, today we gave a $500 discount. I think it was a military person on his bid. I happened to see it. Real proud of that. Now, Tiger Cash. Type in something, type in cash. I'll give you $1,000 off a signature or elite building. All right, cost per square foot. I talked about this all week. I'm going to continue to talk about it because I think you need to look at it. All right, $152.44 is your square foot price average for a house in Louisiana. Now, this building here is the elite building, the best building. You can get it for $26, $24, $23. But if you type in Tiger Cash, you get $1,000 off this price. And when you come in, you get another $1,000 signing bonus, so you get $2,000 off that, which will lower that price. Okay, type in Tiger Cash. Come sign that baby with us. I'm going to give you $2,000 off the elite building. Why is that a good deal? Because look what comes in this building. The only building in the business that comes standard with a 2x8 scissor truss, 10-year workmanship warranty, 3-foot truss spacing, 9-foot post spacing, 5-on-12 roof pitch, 2 10-by roll up, 2 10-by-10 roll, not one, 6-inch 4,000 PSI, concrete with control joints, post protectors, insulated windows. I can go on and on. 145-mile-an-hour wind load. Nobody builds this building but us, folks. Nobody. It is the best building in the business. The value to this building is unbelievable. You can buy something cheaper, and I got some sales on some other buildings that are a lot cheaper per square foot. But they're not going to offer what's in this building. This building is, no, I'm good. This building is the building. Sorry about that. I had a phone call coming in there. All right. For instance, I will sell you a 30 by 30 by 12 for $19,999. $22 a square foot. Folks, this is one hell of a deal. 1 10-by-10 roll-up door, 36-inch walk-through door, concrete slab, 2-year workmanship warranty, 130-mile-an-hour wind load, 26-gauge metal for $19,999. Let's check the next one. How about a 30 by 30 with a wing or a gable extension? That's a 30 by 10 or a 10 by 30 wing or a gable extension for $23,999. Folks, get a roll-up door, 1 walk-through door, concrete slab, 2-year workmanship, 26-gauge metal, 130-mile-an-hour wind rating, and it gets the cable retention system that no other builders do except us. And we put concrete under the holes in this building too. Dang it, Ira. Folks, this is one hell of a deal. Now, we have the value building. This is a bigger building, a 40 by 60 by 12 for $16.67 a square foot. It's on sale. Roll-up door, walk-through door, concrete slab included, 2-year workmanship, 130-mile-an-hour wind load, 26-gauge metal, not control joints, the retention cable system, and concrete under every post. My competitors do not do that. They try to sell this building, which is all they sell, but it ain't built like this baby. All #1 kill-dried lumber. Folks, can't beat it. Now, we're going to talk about the Elite Guard buildings, the investor special. But before that, let's take a break. Hey, I want to take a break.
I want a break.
I'm Kevin Linderman, and I wanted to show you guys around my new Mallett Premium building.
Sorry about that, had to take a break, but I'm back. Now, I want to tell you about this investor special, or if you have an RV. You have an RV and you're paying $500 a month for a big RV. I will build this on your property for $29,999. That's 20 feet wide by 50 feet long with a 14 by 14 roll-up door and a walk-through door on the backside. Folks, quit renting. Build you one of these. Well, Lee, I might sell my RV. Well, when you sell your RV, you got a storage building for all your things. Dual purpose. $29,999. I'm going to show you what that equates to. And let me show you the other two slides. I'm going to get to my numbers for you. Or you can buy a 50 by 100 by 16, which is 5 units, 5 14 by 14 doors, 5 walk-through for $125,000. This is an investor special. Now, I'm going to give you one more, then I'm going to tell you what the numbers look like on these projects. Or you go to 10 bay, one of the Elite Guard buildings. Look at this thing. For $250,000, 50 by 200, 10 roll-up doors, 10 walk-through doors. Here's the interesting part. Remember I said if you're spending $500 a month to park your RV, you're going to pay for it in 5 years. In 5 years, you will have gotten your money back or not spent that money on that RV rental. If you're investing, look at this deal. 5 bay pays for itself in 4 years, 2 months, generates $2,500 a month. Or the 10 bay, 4 years, 2 months, and it generates $5,000 a month. Now, let's just compare this. If you got a bunch of rental units, sell them. This is easy. Hardly any maintenance. You're going to generate, you realize how many rental units you're going to have? Have to have at least, what, 2 rental units? Maybe if you generate $1,250 a month. But you're going to have to do a lot of maintenance. Hey, these things are maintenance free. You won't have to worry about that. They're going to be really maintenance free. You really want to go to 10 bay, you're going to make $5,000 a month. You'd have to get at least 4 or 5 rental units. Folks, these are easy. I mean, and there's a demand. There's a big demand. A lot easier to operate. I mean, I'm telling you, if you're looking to invest some money and you're tired of dealing with a lot of different people in homes, this is the ticket. Easy to take care of, hardly no maintenance. Best deal, I'm telling you, from an investor perspective. Well, let's talk about it like this. Let's say you want to put $250,000 in CDs. You're going to get about 3%, maybe 4%, let's say 4%, if you could get that high. At 4%, 10% is $25,000. So you generate $12,000 a year on $250,000. $250 here is going to generate $60,000 a year. Folks, you want to invest your money? You want to get some return on your money? You make the stock market look bad. And guess what? That money's going to be back in your pocket in 4 years and 2 months. And the cycle starts where now you can add more units or do whatever you want to do, take a vacation. I don't know what you want to do with your money. But look, put the pencil to this. We'll build these babies for you, and it's a home run. I'm telling you, it's a home run. All right, let's move on. Once again, you got a question about any of this, give me a call, 337-391-5060. Now, tubular and steel buildings. Let's talk about that. Tubular. Folks, the only thing holding this thing down is the anchor bolts. And we're going to show that. I'm going to show a picture of that in a minute. But I want you to look at the size of this tubular. I want you to look at what you're getting here. It's cheap. It really is. But if you don't have a, and you got to have a slab. I don't know how you get a wind load without. I don't understand how they do it, but it's a bunch of bull. But if you, they want you to anchor it down with these long nails. Look at this. That ain't gonna hold nothing down. Before a slab, they're gonna send you some cinch anchors. You're gonna drill it, and them cinch anchors are gonna hold down. Because I'm gonna show you what's gonna happen to that building. This is what's gonna happen to that building.
3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
Now, that's what's going to happen because there's really nothing secure in that building. And then this is what happens to these anchors. Now, these anchors look like they're embedded. What they do is they drill a hole and put a cinch anchor that expands on the bottom. Here's the real issue where they get you. They're going to tell you got 170, 180. I talked to a guy the other day. Yeah, it will bend at 150. It will bend under hurricane conditions. The allowable deflection for structures members is L240 or L360. These buildings are not hurricane rated. They're only figuring on the bend at L150. You need to get something at L240 or L360 for a hurricane. That's how they get you these numbers. Oh, I got 160 mile an hour wind load on my building. Like hell they do, because they're figuring it like this. They play with the numbers. You have to be very careful. And I can tell you the anchor bolt's going to rust and it's going to go to hell anyway. But anyway, see this? Anchor system ripped apart from rust. They're going to rust. What we do, hold our buildings down, as you can see, we use the cable retention system. None of my competitors want to do this, but this is what we do. We put the visqueen down, the moisture barrier down, then we come back and we put the retention cable system on top of it so that all the slab or all the concrete sits on top of those cables, attached to the outer perimeter of this building. Okay? The only way to create uplift from occurring is dead weight. So we've transferred the weight of the concrete to the outer perimeter of the building. Okay? And I don't have any problem with rust. None of my posts are going to rust, and they're in a post protector, so none of them have ground contact, even though they have a lifetime warranty from the manufacturer for that. What's the typical amount of years financing a building? I tell you, I'll get one of my salesmen to call. They're more interested. I'll get one of the specialists to call, Mr. Fontenot. I'm not sure off the top of my head what some of the companies. I think it's 5 years. I think they go up to 10 years. We got some companies go up to 10 years. In fact, one of the companies does a signature loan up to $55,000. Up to $55,000, no mortgage. It's a signature loan. If your credit's good, you're going to give that to you without it affecting anything else. Now, when you start looking about post frame versus steel, once again, if you notice the columns, the only thing holding them down is the anchor bolts. Whereas we are anchored 3 feet in the ground with these posts, the cable retention system's hooked to it, so we've accomplished deadlift and headwind at the same time. Whereas over here, when them bolts rust and get weak, and I'm going to show you a graph in a minute, nothing's holding that column down. It's weak. Now, if you look at the construction, notice that we're going to put a post every 10 feet, and in an elite building we put them every 9 feet. Over here, they're going to be 15 to 20 feet. That means we're going to have twice as many posts or columns as steel. That would lead you to believe that if I have twice as many columns, I would be twice as strong, I would think. Over here, if we look at the girts, they're 2 feet apart. Those are 2x6s. There's one here. That's the grade board. 1, 2, okay. Over here, look at the gaps. Look how far apart those gaps are. Look how far apart. And what? There's a row of screws, 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 and even at the bottom. 1 on the bottom, 2, 3, 4 screws. 4 rows versus about 8 rows. Twice as many screws holding it attached to the wall. Now let's move to the ceiling or to the truss system. They're going to run a truss Okay, every 15 to 20 feet. We're going to run them at a minimum 5 feet, and on an elite building, they're 3 feet apart. They're 2x8s. Okay? So we're going to have twice as many, and on elite, we're going to have 3 times as many trusses supporting the roof system as steel. Then you look at the purlins. See how far apart they are. Once again, we're going to be 2 feet apart, just like this, on the ceiling. Twice as many girts, twice as many purlins, twice as many posts at a minimum, maybe 3 times. Trusses, twice as many, or maybe 3 times, depending on which building. So that we have way more material. Now, let's talk about something else. Which building is easier to close in if you closed in these buildings? Typically, what we see is people build a wood building inside this, and I'm going to show you a picture of this, which is crazy. It costs you twice as much money. See right here? Here's the problem with steel and tubular, are people that use anchoring systems to hold their buildings down. We do not. It's going to rust. And I don't care if it's stainless steel, galvanized, or black iron. Look, that's a 2-year study. Look what's happened to the black iron. Look at the galvanized, and look up here at the stainless steel. It's going to happen, especially in our part of the world. We got so much moisture and salts in our air. We're too close to the Gulf. The whole Gulf Coast, you've got problems with this. We're going to put that post, which is guaranteed against rot and fungal decay, termites, rust, you name it. It's going to go inside a post protector, which keeps that post, like this, out of the soil. There's a wee post of anything that comes out. So what happens, every 9 feet or 10 feet, there's going to be a post anchored 3 feet in the ground. Imagine headwind hitting this post. They're all going to work together. All them posts have got to pretty much break together. You're not going to break just one of them because they're together. They're tied together. If we start talking about uplift, the cable retention system is right here, and all these posts are tied to the dead weight. So theoretically, you would have to lift that whole slab. If that happens, you don't want to be around. Do remember this. I don't care what the structure is. A direct hit by a tornado, nothing's going to survive. They're too strong. Steel, us, when it's a direct hit. Now, if they're hovering, our system, our anchoring system is going to hold them down. They're not going to be able to pull it up. What else you got? Anything else? All right. Now, let's keep going. All right. In steel, when you're going to first get them to quote, they're going to show you 2 on 12. Folks, in Louisiana, you don't want to do that. I don't know why you want to do it anywhere. Because at 3 on 12, you got to put tape between those sheets. At 4 on 12, you're not required to do anything because you have enough pitch. But on our buildings, our value buildings at 4 on 12, our elite and signature buildings are 5 on 12 minimum, standard. I prefer the 5 on 12. 4 on 12 gets the job done. That's the building that's on sale that's carrying a 4 on 12. But your problem with steel, you're at 2 on 12. Oh yeah, they can do that, but they're going to charge you some money. A lot of money. Here, this is what I was telling you. Here's a steel building. Why you would do this is beyond me. They built 2 buildings. Because, look, all they had to do right here was sheathe it or strip it, put metal or put a composition roof, and you didn't need none of this. Makes no sense. That's a very expensive way to do things. And you're going to lose space on your sidewalls because you can't, your columns, because they're tapered. This is a terrible way to do things. Here we go again. I don't know why you would do this. You see, I just don't, you're losing all that space. See, that's a tapered, so you lose all that space. And then roof, I mean, I don't know. I can't figure why people do this. This is expensive. Next problem you have, once this is closed in, somebody said, well, I can do maintenance on those bolts. Well, how are you going to get to them bolts once you close it in? Kind of hard to do that, folks. Well, let's talk about metal buildings versus post frame in the nation. As you can see, post frame is taking 23.9% of the market, metal buildings at 12%. Multifamily, we're at 20.7%, they're at 19%. Agriculture, we're at 35%, 17.5%. Commercial, we're at 24%, they're at 31%, which is really the only category, but we're coming. So over average puts us at 25.9% is post frame, 20% is steel. Therefore, my point in this is that post frame is used more than steel nationwide. That is the numbers. All right, here's a commercial project. As you can see, looking at them, you think this is steel buildings. Those are not. These are post frame buildings. 60 by 200 each one of them. Temperature controlled. Office, we got office spaces inside of them, which as when we finish it, we're building. This is a project in Lacassine, Louisiana. You want to see some really big, pretty buildings. They're built out of wood. Really pretty. So if you see somebody want a commercial building, we beat them up. We'll tear them up. All right, 5 red flags. I talked to a gentleman this morning. We're talking about the red flags. He went to the Secretary of State. He went and done his LSBC. And when I got, I said, well, did you check while you were there to see if they were convicted? No, I didn't do that. I said, well, let me go do that. I said, did you do the reviews? No, I didn't do that. I said, you need to go do that. And I said, did you visit the contractor facility? No, but I don't think they have a facility. I said, well, I don't know what they do, but you need to go see it. Let me tell you, here's the rule of thought. If you're gonna call and we're gonna bid head up, or we're gonna do something, this is what I would suggest. Come see our facility. I would suggest you call them when they call you and say, well, look, can I come visit you at your place? They're not gonna let you do it. They're not gonna like that idea at all, because you're not gonna be impressed with what you see. Try it. Don't let them say, oh no, we'll come to you. Say, no, I want to go see you. I want to go to the office. I want to meet your people. I want to see operation. They ain't going to like it. They ain't going to do it because they ain't got no operation. They don't want you to see they're operating out of their house or out of their pickup. And I think that's a bad sign. But there's the red flags. Now, a comparison of 10 different companies. I'll put them all up there and just show you what we got. I've picked 10 local companies. All right? Are they Louisiana based? 10 plus years in the business, 20 years in the business, licensed in Louisiana, 0 violations, A+ accredited with the BBB, over 500 plus reviews, legitimate facility, and produce their own trusts. Well, y'all know this one's going to be all us because nobody's got a trust plan except 2 or 3 of them up north. But look at what you got here. Look at all the red squares. There's only one company that has the green squares with checks. It's Mallett Buildings. This is a problem. I'm telling you, why do these companies have all these squares? Maybe you should ask them, why are you not from Louisiana? Why are you, you've only been in business, you hadn't been in business at least 10 years? You hadn't been in 20? Are you licensed? Well, out of these, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 licensed. But we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 not licensed. Hold on. Any violations? I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4. The rest do. And let me tell you something. I ain't caught some of these people yet. And I'm going to. Just a matter of time. Because look at this. No violations, but no license. Check. Okay. License, but violations. Licensed, but violations. Licensed, no violations. You see, there's a problem. You need to watch this. Really, this graph is one of the best graphs we've ever put together. So be careful. There they are. Ain't no point in hiding it. What it is, it is. I can't change that. They can't change it either. The factors to consider before buying a building. The most important thing is not price. So you get a good price. You beat somebody by $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. If he ain't got the experience and he's not licensed and the quality's not there and the reviews say he's bad, you're going to get in trouble. Let me tell you the worst part about it. I've been through 16 hurricanes. So you save $7,000 and because of experience, he doesn't properly build it. And another Rita or Laura comes rolling through here. That cheap number is going to get you in trouble because the wind's probably going to take her apart. See, that's the difference, folks. Cheap is not always better. The most important factors are they going to be able to build it right? Is he licensed? If he's not been licensed, then probably I got problems. the quality of what he's using, is it going to be built to withstand a storm? Because I live in a storm area. The reviews are going to tell me, which I'm going to hit another slide that's going to explain this in detail. For instance, experience. Longevity in the industry often translates to reliability and expertise. I've been doing this 26 years. I've been chairman of the state licensing board for 15 or 8 years, but I've been on the board 15 years. Therefore, if we're doing a comparison on this factor, the longevity's there 26 years. Reliability, I've been here 26 years. Expertise, because I've been in this 26 years, I am an expert. And if I was called into court to testify, they would say he's an expert because of my experience. A company with a strong track record can negotiate potential issues before they become costly problems. Because we've been in business 26 years, we have a strong track record. Over 20,000 buildings and kits on the ground. Navigate potential issues. Do you think after going through all these buildings, I can't navigate potential issues before they become costly problems? Of course I can. That's why we've been so successful. Ask how many buildings the company has completed and request to see past projects. Over 20,000 kits and buildings have left this facility. I have ambassadors that you can call who will show you their buildings. I have over 500 reviews that you can look at. Completed and request to see past projects. I can give you names and numbers of people. Hundreds, thousands. So I think we passed the test on experience. So let's go to the next one. Licensure. I've been licensed 26 years. I'm a licensed general contractor. I'm a licensed residential contractor. I'm a licensed electrical contractor. And I have other classifications. I can build a highway. I can build Interstate 10. I can build bridges. I have a lot of classifications. That separates me from everybody else. They all just got their license, most of them. They haven't had it very long. And I'm going to add that to the chart to show you how long they've been doing this. And so, folks, we start talking about licensure. This protects you from legal and financial risks. Well, I'm proud to tell you that from day one, we got licensed. Why? Because I thought that would help me sell buildings. I thought that anybody that wanted to buy a building would say, I'm using a licensed contractor. Understand the new law. Over $50,000, it has to be a licensed contractor. And under $50,000 cannot build a new structure, cannot touch it. Till the last session, these little handymen were out there causing all kinds of problems. Well, they can't do it no more. And it's a great thing, in my opinion. So the next storm, or we're getting rid of a lot of people that shouldn't be contracting. Ask for proof of license, verifying it with the appropriate state board. That's the LSLBC. You can get on your telephone, type in LSLBC, you type in the name of the company, and you're going to find out if they're licensed and what their classification is. Remember, a home improvement registration is not a licensed contractor. Okay? It's not a licensed contractor. He's a handyman, period. He cannot build new construction. Licensed builders are accountable and more likely to stand behind their work. Of course they are. We've been here 26 years, and we've been licensed. Nobody else can say that. Nobody else out there can say they've been in this business, 26 years, post-frame, in the South, and a state licensed contractor all the time. I challenge someone to tell me that's, prove me wrong. So we passed this test. Quality. Not all buildings are constructed the same. Materials and craftsmanship determine durability. Craftsmanship. That comes from being licensed. If a guy can't pass the test to be a licensed contractor, he probably is lacking craftsmanship. Materials. I use only the best materials money can buy. All of my lumber is ground treated, kiln dried, except for the 6x6, which comes in a number 2 grade. Okay? Everything I put in that building is prime, the best money can buy. And that's why the elite building, because it has so much in it, from post protectors, you name it. And we'll talk about that, but there'll be another ad. Look for engineered structures with proper trusses, foundation support, and weather resistant. Weather resistant is why we go to all treated. Trusses, we build them here. They're engineered. And we only the ones that put standard 2x8 scissor trusses on our signature, and our elite building. Foundation support. In my contract, I tell you exactly what you need to do. But we now have added to our elite building control joints to help you with foundation support. And then ask about materials and workmanship warranties. Great question. I told you my materials are all the best money can buy. You want to visit my plant, I'll show it to you. Warranties. Obviously, after being in business 26 years, I stand behind my warranties. I got my elite building with 10-year warranty, signature 6-year warranty, and we get to the value with a 2-year warranty on workmanship. Our metal has a 45-year warranty. All of our materials, wood materials, come in with a lifetime warranty against rot and fungal decay, termites, and rust. So we passed the test for quality. Reviews. Online reviews and testimonials reveal real customer experiences. Pay attention to patterns and feedback. Go to the BBB first. I'm one of the few companies that has several hundred, almost 182 reviews. Nobody else has got any reviews. I'm telling you, go check it out. Go to Google, go to Facebook, go wherever you need to go. I got over 500 on Facebook, I think it is, or Google. Which one is it? Google.
350.
350. I got 350, but over 500 reviews in both places. But hey, give me a call. I've got ambassadors that'll go show you the building and tell you about their experience with Mallett buildings. Now, a company with strong reviews and repeat customers is a sign of consistent satisfaction. Do you know, we had a deal today. In fact, tomorrow I want you to put that up there. The percentage of business that we do on a weekly basis, a large percentage, probably over 30%, maybe a little higher. I'm going to find out tomorrow. I'm going to tell you what. It's review. It's referrals from people who bought buildings and done business with us. It's one of our highest percentages. In fact, it might be 60%. I'm going to find out. I want to show you that. We did an analysis, had a big show, a presentation this morning from our marketing guys. And I'm telling you, the majority of what we do is coming back from referrals. That's what that is saying. Do you believe that people would send people to us if they didn't have a great experience with Mallett buildings? Of course not. Of course not. And price. Everybody worries about price. I'm trying to convince you that's the last thing you need to worry about. You better worry about the other things I told you first. The cheapest price isn't always the best value. Consider what's included in the quote. Materials, labor, and warranties. Get an itemized estimate to compare cost. That's why we have price match. You see, some people, I think you ought to give you best price. I don't know what you're bidding on. Most people can't read these quotes. I can take a quote, and I'm telling you, by the time I finish with it, they say, well, I didn't see all that. So for this, you give me a quote from any competitor, and I'll beat them by $1,000, apples to apples. Because what my competitors are going to tell you, we build the same thing at Mallett, we're going to save you $4,000 or $5,000. That's bull. They don't meet all the qualifications to be that person. They don't have the experience, they don't have the licensure, they don't have all the stuff we got. And they're not trying to build the best building. We build the best building, which is the elite building. Then we build 3 buildings, not 1, but 3 types of buildings to meet the market. Factor in long-term savings, quality construction reduces repair and maintenance costs. That's a fact. Beware of hidden fees or lowball offers. That's what you get with the price match. And my contract's 33 pages or 34 pages. I've been doing this so long, I cover every possible problem we're going to have, and I put it in writing so there's no misunderstanding. Don't be fooled or drawn into believing when they say, oh, don't worry about it, I'm going to give you that. You better get it in writing. If y'all disagree, the only thing y'all can go back to is what's in writing. You know, it's a funny thing when people are talking, we have a tendency to only remember what we wanted to hear. And that's why you need to put it down in writing, because I've never seen a written deal misunderstood. It's pretty clear. Pretty easy to make a decision. We go to court when, oh, no, that's where it's at. That's where you were told. Now, the 5 factors to consider. Experience matters. Go with a proven track record. We're that. Licensure protects you. Verify everything. We're licensed, completely licensed across the board. Quality license, invest in better materials. We use the best materials and the best craftsmen. Reviews reveal. Listen to real customers. I have more reviews than all of them put together. And price should reflect value. Cheaper isn't always better. Now, customer, I've got a cheaper quote. Congratulations. You also got a cheaper building, because this is what can happen to you. How expensive is it if you save $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 or $6,000 and this mess happens? That became the most expensive thing you could have bought. Folks, I'm just trying to give you the knowledge you need to keep yourself from not having a bad experience. I don't think anybody wants to go through this. Not after you spent your hard-earned money, when you could have got somebody who met all the factors and could have stopped this from happening. Because remember, where we live, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, all of us, we're in hurricane country. They're coming. It's just a matter of time. Are we prepared when they come? If you buy something cheap, you may be surprised. Then the surprise is, oh, it's just so bad. Because it's all over but the crime. Because now my building's on the ground or up in the air somewhere. And I just lost all my money. And everything in it. Not to mention you lost the building. You're going to lose everything in the dang building. It ain't worth it, folks. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Back to mine. Once again, this chart don't lie. Look at the red X's on these competitors. I can't make this up. What it is, it is. But one thing is for sure, all checks and greens for Mallett Builders. That's all you need to worry about. Us. Well, I ain't got to worry about these people. I got some. You got to worry about something, multiple things with each one of these guys. There's something. Each one of these columns, you've got problems. Look at that. Yeah, some might have a few checks, but you got problems. You've had problems. They've had problems. They got problems. Not here. Look at this. Boom. And we're proud of that. And that's what separates us from the competition. We strive to be this. This didn't happen by accident. We fought for that. We fought to go through all these things. And now you have the ability to pick the right company to do your job or your project. Right here, you might have some problems. If it's worth it to you, so be it. But remember, I've seen many cases, especially when you go right here to see all that. These people had problems. Look at this here. You had problems. No licensure. You need to, stay. Watch this, folks. All right. If you got a question about what we're talking about, call us now 337-391-5060. You know what? Even my competitors can call in and talk to me. If they believe this is wrong and not true, come on down. In fact, I challenge any of the competitors to come right here and we'll have a discussion. It'll be nice. We won't be mean to each other, but we'll get factual. We'll get to the point. We'll find out if they can stand their ground with me. I'm ready anytime. Come on down or write a question. We'll get it on. I've had a couple over in the past. I hadn't had any lately. Mallett buildings survive hurricanes. Boom. Nobody in the United States of America can say they went through 16 hurricanes in the post-frame construction business. Nobody. That's a fact. The ones who've been in business a long, long time, they're up north and they don't have hurricanes. That's why I can say that. But look at that. What does that tell you about our construction, our quality? What does it tell you about the craftsmanship, the workmanship? I've gone through all these hurricanes. And I'm ready to go through the next one. That building I built, that elite building, let me tell you right now, 145 mile an hour, and it's built to take it. That's what's guaranteed. But these buildings are built stronger than that. That building has 2x8 trusses, the biggest, strongest truss you've ever seen. You walk into one of my buildings, an elite building, you go walk in anybody else's building. I don't care if it's steel, I don't care what it is, and you're going to come back and say, that's the best building. It's that strong. It's that powerful. There it is right here. And right now, you can take, this is what it costs per square foot. Don't get the money yet. Cost per square foot. Turnkey. 6-inch slab. Hey, 2 roll-up doors. Folks, this is the deal. This is 145 mile an hour wind load right there. This is the elite building. The strongest building in the business. Put this building up against any building. Any building. 3-foot truss spacing. Posts are 9 foot, not 10 foot. scissor trusses every 3 feet, 5 and 12 pitch. It's got everything. This building's got a 6-inch slab, 4,000 psi. This is the baby. This is the man. I'm telling you right now. You want to, and you may say, well, that would cost more. Well, you get what you pay for. I've been trying to tell you that. Forget about the price, but hey. So what? So once you discount this, is probably 20, a couple, maybe $1 or $2 off. Okay, I could sell you a value building for 20, 18, 19, maybe it was $17. But let me tell you something. You ain't gonna get what's in this. You ain't gonna get all this. And it's only, so let's say we're at 18 for $5 or $6 more a square foot. Look what you're going to get. Your mind will rest easy at night when that hurricane's coming. Now, I do have my value buildings on sale right now too. You can buy this 30 by 30 by 12 for $19,999. 130 mile an hour wind load. 110 by 10, 2-year warranty, concrete slab. But you're also going to get concrete in the bottom of every hole, which my competitors don't do. You're going to get the cable retention system, which my competitors don't do. It's going to have 26 gauge metal. So if you're looking for something good for a good price, this is her. Or you want a wing or gable? Hey, $23,999. Same things as the last one, except now for $23,999, which is $20 a square foot, you're going to get a porch, or you're going to get a gable extension. It'd be hard to replace or to build this building dollar for dollar for what's in it. Now I got the 40 by 60 on 12 for $39,999 for $16.67 a square foot. You got everything the other two had, except this is a bigger building. This is a good buy. These are good buys. And this sale will end the end of the week. So you got till, and if you cut me by Saturday, get your quote, then your quote's good for 7 days. But hey, this sale will end by Saturday. So if you need a good building at a good price, this is it. All treated. All these buildings are all treated. Lifetime warranty against termites, rot, and fungal decay. And rust. Let's not forget about that rust. Now, when if you want to build a custom building, we do that too. What you do is come to our site, go to our 3D image. You can design your building, put your colors, put your windows, put everything you want. I suggest you do this after you talk to, or before you talk to the salesman, or after, well, not a salesman, but a building specialist. Because if you do this and you send it to me, they're going to get an accurate quote for you. And you're not on the phone trying to say, well, no, I want this or want that. No, you're watching it. You're designing it in front of your eyes with your wife, your kids, your friends, whatever you want to do. You're a designer. I've turned you into a designer. And it's very easy to work. If you have a problem, call us, we'll help you with it. But I'm turning you into a designer. You can design your building. You're going to know what it looks like. You get a 3D image. How can you beat that? All right? Giving back to the community. I'm very proud of that. As you can see, the reason we do it, if promoting the good, we do inspires others to step up and give back. That's a win for everyone. I had some of my competitors said, it isn't about recognition. Well, I'll tell you right now. I think people should know you give back to the community. I'm proud of that. I just cannot believe that, well, I know why they do it, don't you? You know too. It's because they're not doing it. So they try to make you look bad. Oh, you just doing it direct. And I know I'm not doing it for that reason. I could build another plant for the amount of money out, several plants over the last 26 years. But the amount of money I could have built 2 or 3 of these massive buildings. But no, we gave some back to our community. We give back to our community. And nobody gives back to the community like us. I challenge all my competitors to prove me wrong. And I'm not talking about close. It's like that. What does it say about a company that gives back to the community? Doesn't that make you feel good that, well, at least some of my money is going to go back into the community, help some kids, help a school. Wait, let me show you. Help kids, athletics, what's the word? Education, state troopers, junior league, St. Nicholas Center, Highway Little Dribblers, Barb High School, Children's Theater, Whistle Stop. I mean, let's just go on. Highway High School, LSU Athletic Department, Jennings High School, Jennings Hospital, Big Sisters, Calcasieu Parish Sheriff's Office, Multiple Sclerosis, Veterans, Ben Terry, Girly Girls, Jennings, Christmas Career. I would say that that's probably another good reason. Not only are we the best, not only can we beat anybody's price. Yeah, my battery's about to go, so I'm gonna have to get off here quick. That's what he said, your battery's about to die. That's just whatever. But anyway, so let me hurry up and tell you right now. Give me a call at 337-515-2154 or call the office at 337-214-0428. We got sales going on. Let me tell you right now, I will beat anybody's price, apples to apples. Well, thank you, Mr. Payne. I'm telling you right now, we're in this for the long run, not in for the short run like some of these people that are in the business are going to do. And some have gone down. And I don't want you to get hurt. So look, give us a call. Come visit us. We'd love to show you our plant. We're building a new plant as soon as this weather gets better. And look, come see us. Let me hurry up and get off before I run out of